spoken. Akashdeep Muni, do you agree with the BJP spokesperson who says the government reacted in time and they ensured that the law and order situation does not get out of hand? Do you agree?
No. Madhavji, Noida protests were organic and it was triggered by genuine worker grievances over stagnant minimum wages and a clear disparity with neighboring Haryana, where the same BJP government is there, where a recent hike has been implemented. Factory workers in Noida industrial area demanded simple things: wage revision, weekly off, overtime pay, bonuses, job security, safety measures, citing rising living cost. The immediate spark was Haryana's April 9, 2026 notification revising minimum wages by 35%. Just imagine this created a visible gap between somebody earning in Haryana and in Noida. For example, unskilled workers in Haryana now earn 3,907 rupees more.
Akashdeep Muni, let me come in 1 minute. I don't think there is any debate about, workers demanding what is their due. Perhaps they deserve more. I'm not going to get into that debate. I'm not even going to attempt a debate because I don't think that's what we are debating right now. What we are debating is taking the law into their own hands. Do you agree with them? The way they've smashed police cars, they've beat up media, they're burning vehicles, they are thrashing and abusing. You can see those pictures about how mobs are turning violent, picking up managers and beating them. In a democracy, everybody has a right to protest. But is this the way to protest?
See, Madhavji, definitely this is not the way to protest. Violence is never a case. But we should always remember that still now there is no conspiracy angle, there is no evidence of conspiracy angle. Just imagine, just remember that 2021 farmer agitation, there was saying that Khalistani influences were there. Till today, there is not a single charge sheet where Khalistani element is said. So, till the investigation closes down, we should not jump to conspiracy angle.
Well, this is what the police is saying. Well, let them prove it in a court of law. But ultimately, let me bring in Mr. Ranjan Dwivedi. He's a former DGP UP. Mr. Ranjan Dwivedi, Akashdeep Muni says there is not enough evidence of any conspiracy. We've seen it in the past during farmer protests when there were a lot of talks about, conspiracy of various groups, including Khalistani groups backing them. And he says none of that was finally proved in any court. Your response to him?
Madhuri, thank you very much for the invitation to this little discussion and on a very important issue. The first two macro things I'd like to point out. One is that groups of people who toil and do manual labor are extremely difficult to handle, and that's labor and the kisan, the agricultural worker, where police have to exercise a lot of restraint. And even everybody exercises restraint. Why? Because the sympathies are with these poor people. So that is one. Second thing is we have to understand that the interest of the industrialist and the worker is actually the same. Unless you have industrial peace, investment won't come in. If investment doesn't come in, opportunities for jobs will not be created. And the area, if it becomes poorer, then naturally productivity will be lower. And therefore, the workers will suffer, and so will the industry suffer, and the capitalists will suffer, and the entire state suffers. Second thing we must understand is that, you see, the labor acts, they are actually in the concurrent list. The center can legislate, the states can legislate, and the effort usually is to have some relationship with the productivity. Now, having said that, coming to the point that my eminent panelist, Mr. Akashdeep, mentioned, this configuration coming up all of a sudden, despite talks being held, it's a little surprising. And if it did happen, then I think at some point in time, the intelligence with the police should have been much better. The way to handle law and order is that when groups start collecting, the finesse lies in addressing it at that point in time and arresting the ringleaders immediately. When you have 1,000 people, then you can't control. You can't control any group which is perceived as poor and having a justified cause. I mean, students, for example, when there are 1,000.
All right, I think we lost that audio line with you. Yeah.
That's how you handle law and order.
Okay, let me take that question across to BJP spokesperson, because here you have some.